Hello and happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Nancy O'Neill. Today on Suncoast FYI, we talk with Community AIDS Network President Rick Carlisle and Board President Valerie Fisher of Prism Youth about an upcoming event called Manatee Pride. Then we'll hear from Carolyn Ryan with the Paris Flea Market and talk about another exciting year of the Sarasota Film Festival with Associate Director Jedediah Shoemaker. All next on Suncoast FYI. Rick Carlisle, President of Community AIDS Network, and Valerie Fisher, Board President of Prism Youth, are here today to talk about an upcoming annual Suncoast event called Manatee Pride. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
And happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
That's true. I don't have anything green on.
Oh, well,
I did my best.
Valerie's got you covered. Valerie's got you covered. So, Rick, we don't hear much about HIV anymore these days. Is it something that we still need to worry about?
Absolutely. And really the answer is it's a shame we don't hear more about it. HIV infection rates are the highest they've ever been.
And why don't we hear about that?
I think because the drug regimens are so good today that people never reach, not never, but they hardly reach the fourth stage of HIV, which is full-blown AIDS. So we're keeping people alive, but believe me, the infection rates are off the chart.
Oh, that's a shame to hear that. So how has the Community AIDS Network helped the situation, and how did it start, and where is it now?
Well, Community AIDS started 26 years ago. I was actually working at Sarasota Memorial Hospital, and Sarasota Memorial, with the local governmental entities, helped form Community AIDS. And the main reason was we had HIV patients in the hospital and didn't know what to do with them, and because they needed long-term care, and we couldn't provide that very well. So we started 26 years ago, and since that time we've grown. Outside just Sarasota County, we now have 24 clinics around the state. That's amazing.
That's amazing. Now, how did you get involved with Valerie's work in the Prism organization?
We have a very, very strong prevention and education team that goes out to various events and does testing and does education for the population. This is one of the key events that we sponsor. This is our third year in a row.
Okay, and Valerie, what is that event that Rick is talking about?
Rick is talking about the fourth annual Manatee Pride Festival, which is scheduled for tomorrow, actually, at Bradenton Riverwalk, which is a lovely venue. And it's a celebration of the LGBT community, and it is a fundraiser for Prism Youth Initiative.
Okay, and what does Prism Youth Initiative do for our community, Valerie?
Prism Youth was started in 2010 to provide services to the LGBT and questioning youth age 13 to 23. And so we started out with a drop-in center, which we still have, and also provide information and referral.
Okay. Tell us a little bit more about the event that's going to take place on Saturday. Like you said, tomorrow. Where is it going to be held, and what are the times and location?
Okay. So the location at the Riverwalk is the main pavilion area. The we use it as a stage. A lot of the events use it as a stage. And the event goes from noon until 6. In fact, it's expanded an hour. In the past, we've gone from noon until 5, but we're growing, and we have so many more vendors, and we have so many more entertainers that we extended it an hour this year.
Okay, so the entertainers, so you'll have bands playing throughout the course of the day, and what type of vendors do you anticipate having?
Right. Well, we have different live music entertainers. We also have DJs. We have a couple of theatrical troupes that are going to be coming and putting on events there. And we also have a DJ that's going to spin. This year we're starting the event a little bit differently. We're going to have an interfaith service, which is my way of, the way that I look at it is that we're going to be having a blessing on our community. I think all of us in the LGBT community are still impacted and affected by what happened in Orlando. And I'm really happy that the clergy reached out to us and are going to kick off our event.
And during the event, how are you going to raise awareness for the HIV problem that we're still having?
Well, CAN has always come out to the event, and they provide information and testing, and so they do outreach. I would like to add that in addition to financial support, CAN has, since they've gotten involved, provided a tremendous amount of behind-the-scenes support. In fact, someone from their organization has organized all of our volunteers. So we really do appreciate everything that CAN does for ultimately Prism, the youth.
Wonderful, thank you. Now, who are the most affected people do you see in our area? Is there a specific group? Young people, older people?
Unfortunately, HIV does not have any sort of age barrier. We have patients as young as 13, and we have a patient 92 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Florida is ranked #1 in newly diagnosed cases. And that's most unfortunate because the two areas or the two groups that have really increased dramatically are our youth and the over 55 population.
Okay. So this is very important for all of our viewers to be aware of this and come out and support you and find out what your organizations are all about.
And thank you for supporting us.
Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you.
Coming up next on Suncoast FYI, we'll hear about a flea market coming to the Suncoast and what they have to offer. So please stay tuned. Carolyn Ryan from the Paris Flea Market is here today to tell us more on this upcoming event. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Nancy, for inviting me to come on and talk about something that I love dearly.
Right? I've been to it, so let's tell our viewers about it. What is the Paris Flea Market?
The Paris Flea Market is the biggest and best upscale sale, estate sale in Sarasota this year.
Bar none, yes. And who does it benefit?
Actually, I am a member of the Sarasota Orchestra Friends, which is a support group for the Sarasota Orchestra, and all proceeds go to the Sarasota Orchestra and its youth orchestra program.
That's wonderful. Now, you've been doing this, you said this is your 4th year.
I have been living this for 4 years.
Yes. And it is a huge undertaking.
It is. We have a commercial office building with 12,000 square feet, and right now it is crammed with thousands of items of every size, variety, and description, and they are all priced to sell.
And you couldn't do this, obviously, single-handedly. How many volunteers do you have?
Oh, I cannot begin to thank our volunteers enough. We have dozens and dozens of volunteers. There are people right now sitting in the building, sorting, labeling, pricing, curating, and we have a large volunteer staff that's going to be there prepared to help our shoppers when the market opens.
Okay, now you have, just to give us an idea of what there is,
we have an enormous clothing department with shoes and bags and scarves, accessories. We have a huge jewelry department, this year. We have furniture, we have kitchen accessories, we have accessories for the home. And every year there's a different character to the donations. And this year we have received a lot of goods from the 40s and 50s
Wow.
and from the 80s, and many of them are pieces of sculpture and fine art
Love
and
it.
very unusual collectibles.
Okay, now with furniture and large pieces of sculpture, how do your customers get these home?
We offer, we have 2 people that are sitting there prepared to take their names and numbers and assist them with delivery. We do not pay for the items to be delivered. That will be a separate transaction.
Independent. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Now, I know it takes place over a period of time, but there is a preview sale that isn't open to the public. So when does that take place?
Well,
and
no,
how-
that is open to the public.
is?
Well, it is open to the public who's willing to make a donation to get in and look things over early.
Okay, and how much is that?
It's $10 at the door.
Okay.
And in previous years, we have had as many as 250 people line up to get in.
Okay, and when does that take place?
That takes place on Thursday, Thursday, March the 23rd, from 3 to 7.
Okay.
And then the rest of the market continues on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 10 to 4. There is no fee to get in at that point. Selected items will be reduced on Sunday.
Okay. All right. Yes, good day to shop. Find those little gems that you might have missed the first
Last
time
bargains.
around, right? Okay. Now, where I know it's not easy to find.
No.
But you're going to have a lot of signage up. Where is it physically located, though?
It is physically located in an office building in the Sarasota Bradenton Commerce Center. Our actual address is 7246 16th Street East. We're in Unit 108, which actually faces 15th Street East,
Okay.
which you need to be on in order to find us.
All right. So it's not easy to get to, but I've been to it, and you can find it. Okay, and you're going to have a lot of signage
Yes.
leading your guests to it.
Absolutely.
Correct?
We will have signs. We will have a big banner. The banner should be able to be seen from the street. And the Commerce Center itself lies on 15th Street East in between Televast and Whitfield.
Okay.
And so if you come down 15th Street East, look for our signs.
Okay, wonderful. Now, any last tips or tidbits how your guests, customers should navigate this? Is there any like rhyme or reason to how you get through it and get to see it all?
This is every year we've been in a different building, and this building used to be a furniture warehouse sales building.
Okay.
And so we are all set up. When you walk in the door, we have lovely vignettes and everything is displayed. You will have no trouble finding things.
Okay, and cash, credit cards, checks?
Cash, we take credit cards, debit cards, and cash money.
Okay, cash is still good, right?
Cash is still good at our place.
Okay. Well, Caroline, thank you so much for being here, and have a fabulous show, and I hope you raise lots of money for the
Sarasota Orchestra and its youth orchestra
Awesome.
program.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
The Sarasota Film Festival kicks off soon, and we'll find out more of what's in store for this year's debut. Coming up next on Suncoast FYI. As spring rolls around, so does the annual Sarasota Film Festival. This year we have Associate Director Jedediah Shoemaker in the studio to talk more about the upcoming festival events. Thank you for being here again. Nice to see you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
It's amazing how quickly a year goes by.
It does.
And the festival is 15 days away.
I know, March 31st through April 9th this year.
Okay. Now, let's start. Why are independent films so important to everyone?
Well, so independent films are kind of the test lab for all of our media content to some degree. You have the best in emerging talent flexing their muscles in terms of film form and pushing boundaries in terms of content and what can be discussed in film. It's an exciting place because anything can be tried, and it's also for film festivals. They remain incredibly relevant because even with streaming allowing you to see a lot of feature films, you can't see the short film content anywhere else like you can in a festival. And to have things cultivated so specifically for an audience is something that no national streaming can bring you. Plus, the ability to sit down to see a film and then have a discussion afterwards with the creators, the producers of that film is just something special and above and beyond. I mean, independent film is so important for the discussions that it starts, for the stories that it's able to tell that wouldn't necessarily otherwise be told.
How do you decide? Because I'm sure you get thousands of submissions?
Yeah, roughly, if I'm not mistaken, about 1,500 submissions.
Okay.
And then there are many more hundreds of films that our programmers watch from around the festival circuit, from around the world that they go scouting. And ultimately, we try to pick something for everyone. We pick a couple of focus areas. For instance, this year we're focusing on the environment, science, and sustainability as one of our sort of sidebars. And we have a slate of films related to those topics. And then we also have a sports in film sort of subtopic for the festival, and a lot of films and events in that sidebar as well.
Now, how many films will you be previewing, and what is the best way for your audience to get the most out of the film festival?
Yeah, so there are going to be over 200 films. Last count, I think it was 206 right now, that will be in the festival. And the best way to really experience it is to pick up a film guide, read it cover to cover, because there will be something for everyone in there. There's so many different areas, and then focus in on something that is relevant to your interests. If you're a family, look for the Youth Fest logo. There are lots of films that are family friendly. If you're into one of these specific topics, there are pages detailing what films might be of interest to you. But the biggest thing are members for whom, by the way, the box office has already been open for members and exclusively right now. And they can sit down with our programming staff and discuss their own interests and what films they've liked in the past. Our two senior programmers are down at the box office during all box office hours to really answer their questions and give you that kind of cultivation you can't get from a list online.
Sure. Now, what are the box office hours for people that want to take advantage of that now?
So before opening day, those hours are going to be 12 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay. Now, do the people that are interested in this, do they need to set up an appointment, or can they just walk in?
No, they can just walk in. Yeah. During member hours, they can walk in, and after that, programmers will be down at the box office when they can, but member days are really the best time to take advantage of that because it's an exclusive benefit. So there are not a ton of people there waiting relative to when the box office opens to the public on Friday the 17th. That's when it gets pretty jam-packed in there. Yeah. But we do have volunteers to kind of help people, and these volunteers have seen some of the films. It's just our programmers have seen them all. So.
Amazing.
Yeah, a lot of films to watch.
There's a lot of events going on. Okay, what events do you feel that people should really get on top of right away because they're going to sell out?
Yeah, well, we've already had the VIP area of our See and Be Seen party sell out. In just the couple of days that the box office has been open, because it's a very limited engagement. So See and Be Seen is our second Friday party, and we've named that after the campaign tagline this year, and we're hoping to do that in future years, whatever that tagline may be. And our parties this year, our opening night party and See and Be Seen, are outdoor block parties, and the musicians for that See and Be Seen party are quite popular. So I think that you should check out. And then also our opening night party right in front of the Sarasota Opera House after our opening night film, which is Take Every Wave. It's a documentary about Laird Hamilton, big wave surfer, with Rory Kennedy in attendance. She'll be there.
Excellent.
Yeah, and then closing night film, we have Diane Lane.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and a lot of other talent I can't even mention here, but we'll be there for that first and second weekend.
Okay. So viewers have to go see for themselves. There's always surprises. You never know who's going to show up.
Yep.
Okay, great. Well, thank you again for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And have a wonderful festival.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Thank you. To watch previous episodes of Suncoast FYI, go to snntv.com under programming, and we'll return right after this break. If you would like to promote your business or community event on Suncoast FYI, we would love to hear from you. Just call our sales department at 941-361-4639. I'm Nancy O'Neill, and we'll see you next Friday on Suncoast FYI.